Yesterday, you might recall that I spoke about the enormous issues that are coming with the mouse plague through parts of New South Wales. And our senior content producer here, Ricky Lambert, has done some more work on this. And we looked at the reality of the sowing areas in northern Victoria and New South Wales where the mouse plague is starting to take hold. Mice get into silos. Of course, they eat our hay and into our crops and then into our homes. And Wagga Wagga farmer and New South Wales Farmers spokesperson Alan Brown spoke with our Flow News 24 team yesterday.
This is time critical, and the key outcome we need is for an application to go from the New South Wales Government to the APVMA, an emergency use permit. That's the key outcome we need, but we also need them to look closely at some form of financial assistance for farmers.
And Alan also told us that with no-till farming increasingly popular, the consequence is that it's easier for mice to get to the food that's on the ground left over from the previous season. And we've been in touch with the Minister, David Littleproud, at his office, and also the New South Wales Agriculture Minister, Mr Marshall, and naturally the federal government want to wait for the New South Wales government to apply for the chemical approval. But this has some environmental issues when one considers that if you do spray it via the air, then there's not only the expense but also the reality of the water supply and other things. Speaking of baiting, though, Agriculture Victoria is warning farmers to ensure that when they use 1080 baits that you notify your neighbours and put up signs to avoid your pet dogs taking the baits. Of course, the baiting is a different style of getting the job done. This mouse plague is not going to go away. We're going to hear and follow through more of it on Flow News 24 with not only spokespeople like we've been able to get Alan Brown, but also across Victoria and South Australia from various different jurisdictions as the problem emerges in each location.